Hey, yo, did we catch Smackdown? It's getting cold outside. Smackdown. It's a new era, man. It's a new era. That's really how I feel about it. I'm still sitting and I'm trying to think about it all, as we about to get into the show from October 20th. And yeah, it's just a new era. So all of the formula that we had grown accustomed to, a lot of it is changing. Like we see the differences, but then we still see the subtle changes, but then we see the glaring ones also. But it's still within the parameters of what we've grown accustomed to throughout the time. So yeah, man, yo, let's get into SmackDown from October 20th. Did you subscribe yet? Because if you didn't, man, I don't know, but it's fine because look, we've been off to the races at this point. Like I said, it's definitely a new era. So let's get into this, man. LA Knight, Roman Reigns, Crown Jewel. Look, we all know Saudi Mania is Saudi Mania, so these guys gonna have to put on every single time. I'm looking forward to the match. You know what I mean? Like we saw Roman get in there with Sami Zayn. We've seen how can we say this? We've seen Sammy come up a great deal just dealing with Roman in general. So to be able to see what happens with LA Knight because he's already like super popular, like out of nowhere, it's like, all right, cool, let's see. I'm interested. Him in there with Paulie, these guys are more accustomed to being in top slots, practicing, main programs on the show. So you can see like the difference in experience and just throwing Paulie out there with the hair dyed black again and blah blah blah. Like it doesn't look like too many rewrites was taking place. Like that was planned out. And even if it wasn't, it's like this is all quick stuff. I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. So good on both of them. LA Knight is coming up. It's his first real main event scene, you could tell. So let's um let's go ahead and pull for him because I'm liking what I'm looking at, man. Now, moving forward. Montez B. Santos. Solid match. It went on and yeah, like I'm fine with seeing longer matches now because we're actually seeing like what the superstars are capable of. We all knew Santos was solid since Eho days. And Tez, I mean, look, now everybody's technically waiting for Tez on the singles run, but I'm liking them with as the Super Prophet with Lashley. I'm liking what I'm looking at. So they would have had a solid match. All the rest of the craziness was going on, but yeah, Carlito coming out and saving the day. It's like, okay, fine. We got to get Carlito in somehow. It's all small stuff. Easing it in ain't really push. Ain't really trying to rush him right back. So it's like, okay, fine. I'll deal with that. John Cena. John Cena, man. To go for number 17, it will have to mean something. Like I'm not gonna get into this promo or the rest of it because we all know like we were all waiting for how we're gonna get to this point. It couldn't have happened at a better time. And 17 is going to have to mean something. I don't know how long it would be for, but it needs to be something because he's clearly the greatest of all time now. Like, I don't really like throwing a moniker just as far, like, it's scripted, man. It's predetermined, so we can't really be sitting here doing too much of this. But as far as, like, the character and branding goes, it's obvious. This is who it is. Like, he's already tapped into the future. So, I could see it. And, we love John Cena for what he is. So now he's coming back for 17. What I got to say for that run, if it does happen, one is going to have to be on Raw. Two, it's going to have to mean something. And three, it's not going to happen this time around. We definitely going to see that in 6 months plus. That's what I'm sensing out of John Cena. So there goes that. Now, moving forward, pardon me, you got all these random situations out here situating, skid row types. Anyway, so yeah, say he was going to smoke solo. I'm not mad. I was liking that. Well, smoke whoever decided to wanted to come outside. And it's like, okay, well, let's see who we get. Well, it really is a skid row type. How about it? So let's see who we get. And if we looking at Solo, we looking at John Cena. Pardon me, this guy's all up close on my John. He too big for this. I ain't really trying to talk crazy, but this random bad motherfucker right next to my car. My niggas just trying to talk. his WWE stuff. So it's like, ew, we gonna have to look at him. I don't really want to start shading or nothing, but for real, he giving me like scary vibes. Like he got a whole boot on his car, and it's like, why you gotta have a boot for, bro? Like you kind of wildin'. And then we like, I'm trying to do what I'm doing, but then he always like, just not always, but we be seeing these cats walking these Hollywood streets. So it's like, yo, he walking around with his like PJs on, he got his pants sagging, all pause. This dude just seeing his crack. Like, what is going on here, man? I just want to talk wrestling. And all this craziness is happening. Like, I think I might need to get in the studio for real. Like, that man about 250 doing too much. 250 too much. But anyway, alright, so Usos, Bloodline, Solo, Cena, is all stuff. It's getting things ready for down the line. I would even say 6 months plus when Cena does decide to go for it, or because I did say I want that to happen on Raw. Cena can't take Roman's title right now. Cena got to do that on Raw, and right now Seth is quite possibly the best one we dealing with. So yeah, it's good to know Cena's looking forward to starting to earn that. So we'll just see what happens when he gets back. All right, what else we got after that? Rey Mysterio, Logan Paul. All right. Now we're getting to see Logan Paul finally mean something. So it's like, all right, I'll buy it. I'm going to sit with it for a while. I'm going to enjoy the match, definitely. We're going to see what Logan could do. If he wins that championship, I mean, it'll get some attention. It'll definitely draw the ire of some people, but I don't know how long that would last for. But with this merger, man, I think he's a good face to have, man. I think he's a good face to have, establishing that new age of this, like, just a brand merger and all the rest of that. So good on him, man. Like, we all know he's great in ring. He's a natural heel. He's going in there with one of the best, being Ray. Like, it's going to make for a good story. And the guys out there in Saudi are going to love it. So, there's good on that. Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, Dragon Lee, Cameron Grimes. Okay. As this big mofo then hobbles off, and I hate to call it like that, but it's like, Jesus Christ, what in the world? You all up on my... Anyway, let's get into Dragon Lee and Cameron Grimes first. Cameron Grimes is one of the unsung NXT legends, and he's finally getting the shot. I look at Cameron Grimes come out, I listen to his music, and I say, next track, please. I say, next character, please. We need a better character out of Cameron Grimes, and it should not be country boy upstart, because he's been on the main roster for a minute now, too. How long we going to keep calling him upstart? You need a new track, and if people ain't begging with that, well, get him a new character. And just figure it out. Revamp everything and get him someplace else. Like right now, I'm watching the line move a little bit by little bit. We got the women's tag titles coming up. I don't even know what happened with dude dropping with Piper Niven and Chelsea. Like, good on them for the tag championships, but we actually have a fair tag team in Isla Dawn and what is her name? Because they keep changing it. It's after Kaylee Ray. I can't remember it because we haven't seen her in a while, but we all know her when we see her. So we waiting for those two to get back now, and I'm definitely knowing that Kaden and Katana is training for all of that. So there goes that. Dragon Lee, Cameron Grimes. Cameron needs a new character, and then Dragon Lee, being a new NXT actual legend and superstar, coming in with a lot of fanfare and all the rest of it. He's a natural. I think if they're not gonna stay together, no. But like I said, that's my vibe on Cameron Grimes. Like, what's he doing here? Like, it's either that or he just gonna be the next Ziggy. No disrespect to Ziggy, but it's like that's how I'm seeing it. So, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Look, we got the show coming up in Perth, and they got the name already fitting. And if these guys are traveling together already, which is something I would have been pulling for myself if I was even thinking about that part of the experience as a superstar. Yeah, these guys are perfect for each other. I actually was one of those that called it, like, oh, these guys, they actually like two peas in the pot. I'd love to see them together a little more often. What's that, 3-1 now? 3-1 because they beat Dragon Lee and Cameron Grimes. I said it's going to come down to chemistry. Then Gravy called it. It's a good match, man. Looking at the old and the new, and then we looking at the new and the new. But then it's still like old and new with the NXT thing. I like the dynamic of that match. I liked it. I liked all four of them in there. And let's just see if Cameron Grimes was clearly the weak link. I didn't even care to see who got pinned. I'm sure that man got pinned. But with no diss to him, change his track, change his character. Let's see what we get out the new improved Cameron Grimes. Because when they shaved his chest and all the rest of it, everybody liked him, thought he was hot. So I'm saying, like, what are we going to do with him? What else we got? Then we got the Women's Championship match between Io Sky and Charlotte. Before we go there, let's cover Nick Aldis. New GM. I said it last week. He got a little bit of that. He got a little attitude with him that really says, I'm serious about this brand stuff. Brand split be damned, and it's just a simulation of, and they don't really care, and long terms, and all of that. Like, look, we all on the same page when it come to that one, 100%. But then I'm looking at GM Aldis. Excuse me, we gotta call him GM Nick Aldis. Have Adam Pearce and main event Jey Uso escorted out of the building? That's your word? That's how you feel, Nick Aldis? You know, I'm kind of riding with Pearce on this just off the straight we've been around, but look, man, I got no sides. I got no ponies in this race. I just know Survivor Series is coming. I said it's getting cold outside. The wind is blowing in the trees, man. It's getting crazy out here. Nick Aldis said, nah, fuck that. You got a problem with this man sneaking in? You got a problem with my man sneaking over there? Everybody leave. Everybody out. He done with a Martin. Like, you know what? I think I kind of like this guy. He might know what he's doing over here. Let's see what we get next week out of this guy, because he out here just shaking the trees. I'm telling you, like, who is this guy? New GM, Nick Aldis. Get to know him. All right, fine. So the games look like they about to begin, man. We gonna see exactly how General Manager Pearce decides to react to this. My input on this one: theme songs. It's about that time. Adam Pearce needs a theme song, but not Nick Aldis. You see what I'm saying? Just the small, subtle differences. Like, really make it mean something and have them do the game of gentlemanly one-upsmanship each week. You know, I think it makes for very good television, and I'm enjoying that dynamic already. Of course, I don't like too much of that tense handshaking. Like, they should look like they are still cool, you know, because it's like, Nick Aldis he kicked me out. He said, no, y'all got to go. I'm not even doing this. You mad? I'm mad. Everybody leave. No, Jimmy, you stay. Everybody else, if you're not a Smackdown superstar, you gotta go. Jimmy, you can wear what you want. But because you see, he doesn't understand that brand solidarity deal yet. He only doing it for himself. Meanwhile, we got Adam Pearce telling our newest radar blip what she needs to be doing to show solidarity with the brand, because we are in that season where once a year, who knows what that dynamic is going to be for Survivor Series. We need to get past Saudi Mania first, and really, we need to get past this main event. Yo, the girls was in the main event. I'm scanning the universe throughout the week. I'm hearing 17 girls on a show. Man, look, if I wasn't holding my phone, I'd be applauding, because this is exactly what we needed. Let's just jump to the end of the match, because I feel like that would have been crap in the old era, but it was exactly what we needed in the new era. Like, maybe it would have been Charlotte in the bank is not going for this kind of victory. I mean, for this kind of loss. She doesn't want to be pinned, so I'm not even going to hear her. I'm just going to keep her happy for reasons. And I get it. I really get it in that old era, but in the new era, we look at Charizard and we look at the match that she put on with Io, and it was awesome. And she did not win the match. Of course, it was shenanigans and bullshit like that. But I respect the fact that it was the belt and the spear and all of that. It's like Charlotte got to do all her shit. She didn't look bad. And then it was like what could be argued a fluke victory, even though she still lost, which she should have, because Io is the damn champion and she needs to be champion moving forward until someone else wins it, but not Charlotte. Then Bianca comes out and solidifies Charlotte as a babyface. What in the fuck am I watching? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Charlotte was a babyface this whole time? Wait, that's because Io's a heel. Does this make me a heel because I was pulling for Io? I don't even know what I'm... Girls in the main event. It's a new era. Survivor Series is about to happen soon. Saudi Mania is coming, 2 weeks from now? I'll be there for it. Starting at 1 o'clock, I'll be there for it. On a Saturday, I'll be there for it. Well, you'll be there for it. On Peacock, streaming there. Yeah, sounds about right. I'm trying to think if there was anything else on SmackDown that really caught the attention. I mean, Bianca's back. It's about damn time. It took it a couple of weeks. We all wanted to see it. We didn't want anything to sully her being there, and it was like we had already seen enough of Bianca throughout the time. Everybody's getting kind of not tired of looking at her, but it's like we don't want things to, we don't want people to get spoiled on that she's just there. But now, she was out there looking royal. If she got that black girl magic thing happening moving forward, we gonna see. I want more girls in the division. I want more girls on TV time. That's how I feel. I didn't see enough this week. I mean, there were plenty of them. Raw was great. I don't care. They didn't like the women's segment. I enjoyed the women's segment overall. I'm hearing that across the board. Nobody liked how crazy it was, but I also did say, go back and watch it. I'm a little partial to Zoe Stark when it comes to that. So I was just happy that she was standing tall at the end of it all. Those spears, Charlotte was loud on a couple of spots in the match. And like the German suplex, which was a great spot. But then the spears looked like Charlotte wasn't putting enough shoulder into them. Like they were practicing the belt spot on the first one, and then they really went for it on the second one, which landed perfectly. But it was still like, at least Charlotte ain't win. Bayley helped win. And then Dakota was there, which, I mean, come on, right? So, yeah, what they calling these girls the unholy union. Yo, what is her name? We not leaving here until we remember her name. It was Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. There we are. Now, Unholy Union. Okay, so we'll be waiting for them. KO sat with Kathy. They pulling the everyman gimmick again. They're gonna see if KO could do it. One man band in it, and I'm potentially liking it. It was a good spot before. Then something happened. I think somebody in the New Day got injured. Might have been Big E, and then KO jumped in. Yeah, that's old school stuff. So then things just went real everywhere else for KO. And months, years, now we here. Let's see what he got, man. Let's see what he got. Street Profit by Lunch, it's fine. All this is fine. Brawling Brutes, Pretty Deadly. Yes. They beat him up at the spa. Oh, man. It was comical at its best. At its best. It was best comedy I've seen. Definitely that goofy, wacky WWE shit, but it wasn't goofy or wacky at all. It was high class comedy. It was good shit. And then they still fit within the PG parameters. And it isn't it's 2023, all right? So that's really all I got to say about that. And that was solid SmackDown. The only reason why I stuck around that long is because it felt like it went by a lot faster than when it did. That was 2 hours, and I've been here damn near 20 minutes. So I done told you already. You need to go ahead and subscribe. Stop playing around with me. You just go ahead and turn up for this, and we'll talk to you for the next one. So I'll catch you then.